King Charles shares personal message about cancer journey at Buckingham Palace reception. King Charles and Queen Camilla welcome community groups working to raise awareness about cancer and support those living with the disease in a special reception at Buckingham Palace. On April 30th, the King, 76, and Queen, 77, stepped out to host the event at Buckingham Palace in London. They were joined by Prince Richard, the Duke of Gloucester, and his wife, Birgitta, the Duchess of Gloucester. The couple are full-time working royals, and Prince Richard is a first cousin of the late Queen Elizabeth. The royals came together for the reception organized to recognize community-based initiatives working to support those living with cancer and raising awareness of preventative steps that can be taken to reduce the risk of the disease. The King, who was diagnosed with cancer in 2024, shared a message to guests attending the palace reception, thanking them for their work, pointing out that over 1,000 new cancer cases are diagnosed each day in the UK. Each diagnosis, each new case, will be a daunting and at times frightening experience for those individuals and their loved ones. But as one among those statistics myself, I can vouch for the fact that it can also be an experience that brings into sharp focus the very best of humanity, he said. It has certainly given me an even deeper appreciation of the extraordinary work undertaken by the remarkable organizations and individuals gathered here this evening, many of whom I have known, visited and supported over the years, and it has reinforced what I have long observed during these visits, that the darkest moments of illness can be illuminated by the greatest compassion. King Charles III and Queen Camilla speak with presenter Lorraine Kelly, two leaders, and the members of the Change Plus Czech choir during a reception and celebration of community-based initiatives raising awareness about cancer and supporting those living with cancer at Buckingham Palace on April 30th, 2025 in London, England. Queen Camilla and King Charles host reception at Buckingham Palace for cancer charities on April 30th, 2025. Andrew Matthews, WPA/Kitty. A complete timeline of King Charles' cancer diagnosis and treatment. He continued, as patrons of many such organizations, the Queen and I have seen at firsthand how you not only fund vital research and deliver exceptional healthcare but also create spaces where patients and their families find sanctuary, understanding and practical assistance when they need it most. What strikes us repeatedly is the profound impact of human connection. Whether in the careful explanation from a specialist nurse, the hand held by a hospice volunteer, or the shared experience in a support group. These moments of kinship create what I might call a community of care, one that sustains patients through the most difficult of times. King Charles told volunteers, healthcare professionals and researchers from groups the King and Queen back as patrons, including Macmillan Cancer Support, Breast Cancer Now, Maggie's and Children's Hospice Southwest, that they have my whole family's deepest admiration and gratitude. While every patient's journey may be different, together you are ensuring that a cancer diagnosis need never mean facing the future without hope and support, he added. Britain's King Charles III reacts as he speaks to guests during a reception to celebrate the charitable work being undertaken by local and national cancer charities and support organizations, at Buckingham Palace in central London on April 30th, 2025. Every cancer diagnosis is daunting and at times frightening, King Charles III told cancer charity workers Wednesday in a message reflecting on his own experience of the disease. Guests at the event included well-known UK names, including Adele Roberts, Ashley Cain, Richard E. Grant, and the parents of the late Deborah James, a celebrated BBC podcast host who died in 2022 at age 40 after being diagnosed with bowel cancer. Her mother, Heather James, said about the reception, "I think it just tops everything that Deborah's legacy has shown. That people have learned so much about awareness. I'm so proud of that legacy and the Bow Babe Fund. I think she would have loved to have been here, so it's mixed emotions for me. obviously. Why am I here and not my daughter? But Deborah left us with that feeling of Mom, Dad, you got to continue your life. Sarah Ferguson, the ex-wife of Prince Andrew, said that she had been kindly invited to the reception. The Duchess of York, who battled skin and breast cancer in recent years, said, "I think the King is an absolutely brilliant example on revolutionizing the discussion around cancer. Also, he does that in everything he does. He always puts his whole heart into everything he does. My father died of it, my stepfather died of it, everybody has been close to cancer. So it's pretty wonderful to be here with people I have been close to," she added. Displays throughout the reception including work by Move Dance Feel, a group uniting women affected by cancer through dance, Rainbow Boxes, which provides practical items as people begin cancer treatment, and Wigs for Heroes, another support for people receiving cancer treatment. The King and Queen also heard a performance by the group ITV Change Plus Chuck Choir, which is comprised of 26 women who all identified symptoms of breast cancer. After seeing the awareness campaign on Scottish television presenter Lorraine Kelly's popular programme, Lorraine, Britain's King Charles III and Britain's Queen Camilla posed for a photo with Lorraine Kelly and members of the Change Plus Chuck Choir during a reception to celebrate the charitable work being undertaken by local and national cancer charities and support organisations, at Buckingham Palace in central London on April 30, 2025. Kate Middleton and King Charles' health announcements, 1 year later, what's changed and what lies ahead? The royal family was affected by cancer diagnoses announced in 2024, as both King Charles and Kate Middleton shared that they were receiving treatment for the disease. The palace announced in February 2024 that the King was diagnosed with cancer and commenced treatment, which continues into this year. His treatment has been moving in a positive direction and as a managed condition. The treatment cycle will continue into next year, palace sources said shortly before Christmas. Princess Kate, 43, announced in March 2024 that she was also undergoing treatment for cancer, later sharing in September that completed chemotherapy and revealing in January that she is in remission. Britain's King Charles III speaks with Britain's Health Secretary whilst treating and ballroom dancer Amy Doughton during a reception to celebrate the charitable work being undertaken by local and national cancer charities and support organisations, at Buckingham Palace in central London on April 30, 2025. Can't get enough of People's Royals coverage? Sign up for our free Royals newsletter to get the latest updates on Kate Middleton, Meghan Markle and more. Queen Camilla spoke about how the King's work uplifts him amid his treatment while speaking to reporters during their trip to Italy in early April. "I think he loves his work, and it keeps him going. And I think it's wonderful, you know. If you've been ill and you are recovering, you're getting better and now he wants to do more and more and more. That's a problem," the Queen said, the BBC reported. "That's what has driven by, helping others." When asked about the idea of her husband reducing his workload, she shot down the thought with a cheeky